Welcome to an episode of Inner Work Guides, Alchemical Gnosis, Yoga of the West. I'm your host, John H. Reed III. Let's get to it. Sustainable Transmutations EFT. The one thing to remember in this work is that the inner experiences feel authentic to the traveler. In fact, they are authentic. And from your perspective, listening to these experiences, the traveler's experiences, you can become lulled into the perception that as if you were watching a TV show or a movie, with there really being no repercussions to you from listening, except the diminishing ripples of awareness created by a former scintillating or scary scene. But don't think that because it's thought that it has no substance. If you have ever felt your body respond physically to a train of mental imagery concerning action or ardor, you know from experience that there is a mind-body connection. In the modern world, we treat thought as if it is devoid of substance. Yet look around. Everything you see, not put there by nature, began as a thought in someone's mind. The astral plane, the sphere of the moon, is the foundation of the material world because we build the reality we live in from thought substance. What one encounters within the inner world is not a mere figment of imagination, but a vivid experience that resonates through the entire sensorium. The emotions and sensations are just as tangible in the inner world as they are in the outer world. These esoteric journeys inevitably unearth conditions and events deeply rooted within the body. Their emergence into the light of awareness places a strain on the traveler and the energy that needs to be reconciled. Even though the Sedona method gets one to the point of accepting how they are currently acting and being willing to consider the possibility of them behaving differently, the resonance of the current program remains. The program and the associated events of trauma the work can awaken carry imprisoned within them an immense force you are not currently able to avail yourself to. In next week's episode, you'll hear that the traveler's first instinct was to perceive what he saw as causing the need to engage in battle. Sedona and EFT statements in post-session work would be centered around accepting his current perception of reality, while acknowledging that it is not the only perspective when seeking understanding about the experience. If we are seeking balance through a means other than conflict, if that is what we're truly after, then the traveler has to ask, what should be done with the things experienced that he first perceived as needing to be fought? The Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT, is a system of energy reconciliation developed by Gary Craig. It is based on Chinese acupuncture, although instead of using needles on energy channels, we use light tapping motions on specific acupuncture points. EFT is one of many meridian tapping techniques utilized today. Simply put, as used in air work, it is a version of psychological acupuncture. Our emotions can create blockages, whether they're related to past events or current physical or mental symptoms. EFT's tapping motion is a key tool in loosening these blockages, paving the way for emotional reconciliation. There are 5 simple parts to EFT. First, we must choose a target from the session concerning an emotion, event, or symptom we want to work on. Deciding on a target is like calling up a document. However, it's not enough to open the document. We need to immerse ourselves in the feeling of the document so that it triggers the associated feelings and thoughts that go along with the target and energize the work. 2. We must rate how we currently feel about the target on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being the least, 10 the worst. It's essential to do this, that we rate the target before beginning the practice so we can track how the tapping session is going and if we're zeroing in on the target with our affirmations and emotional attention. 3. We must create a setup statement. And this simply is we name the problem and combine it with an affirmation or statement of acceptance. 4. The EFT acupuncture points are activated while we attune to the target. Finally, 5. We take a deep breath and rate how we feel about the target. There is, of course, more to the work than the generalized description just given. In the air practice, we use Sedona and EFT simultaneously. Next week, we will pick back up with the traveler. Thank you for listening to this episode of Inner Work Guide's Alchemical Gnosis, Yoga of the West. Don't forget to subscribe. Contact me by writing to theinnerworkguide@gmail.com. Go to my website, innerwork.guide, create an account to get on the mailing list, read the blog and listen to the podcast, click on the donate button to support my work.